Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon.
And I am a rail enthusiast who loves going up and down the country, riding on the trains, filming and taking photos of them as well. These videos of my railway journeys can differ sometimes as they can go to plan or will go bad.
Welcome to Simon Trains Railway Journeys. Hello everyone, welcome to our final blog of this 8-part blog that I've been on the freedom of the South West. Now I do apologise if my eyes are not looking straight at you because when I'm filming the camera's actually on the left hand side where my finger just was, so I'm actually looking there and not straight at you, which I do apologise. It is poor to be honest, but it's one of those things because my camcorder is still not working and that's going back tomorrow to get it sorted. So we'll be calling at the following principal stations from Eastleigh back to Rugeley: Warminster, Bath Spa, unexpectedly Filton Abbey Wood, just don't ask why I ended up here, Yate, and our final station of the day, Ashcurch for Tewkesbury. So today I've got a plan at Warminster, but I'm going to actually extend my stay at Warminster till just after 11 o'clock because I'm going to be there for around 40. Because I found out there's a West Coast move, I think it's just a 47 or 57, from Bristol to Eastleigh. Now I think that's returning the stop for the Trowbridge Express yesterday, so we're going to get that. On our way past that, I think we're going to bump into the Union of South Africa, because she's going back to Southall, but I think I won't get a footage of her passing through because it's awkward time when it passes through. Right, I did have Trowbridge planned, but we already done Trowbridge. So we're going straight to Bath Spa from Warminster on the same train I want to call from Westbury anyway. Because I was planning to do Warminster, Westbury, Bath, but now it's going to be Warminster straight to Bath. We're going to have 2 hours in Bath because I'm going to be visiting a disused station. And I think it's one that I'm really looking forward to visiting because it's a bit of an iconic station back in its day, or a cult station. The line was a bit of a cult line as well, like the Woodhead route. Can't remember anywhere else, Waverley I think. Well, this line was a cult route back in its day. People went down there, photos, videos, including the great Ivan Peters. I think that gives it away a little bit as well when I mentioned his name. After Bath Spa, we're going straight to Newport in South Wales. Hopefully there might be a 313 scrap move today, but with the glitches on the 717s, they might be postponed till a bit later on. And then we're going to end up in Ashcurch and Tewkesbury. But instead of leaving all the cross country I had planned because I didn't book the ticket, I managed to find a cheap ticket from Cheltenham. So I'm going to double back to Cheltenham to Birmingham, Birmingham to Rugeley. So that's basically today's plan. If it's going to go well or not, that's a different question. So I was planning to go to Eastleigh Works to have a quick look around from a view, but with the time I got, I won't be able to do that, so we're going straight to Eastleigh Station. now at Southampton Central. We're changing here to get to Warminster on Great Western Railway services. But today we see a southern unit. This is the only time you're going to see a southern class 377 in this 8-day blog. I'm now on 2 Mike 97, 2M 97. This is the 0823 service to Great Malvern, which gets to Great Malvern at 12:30. It actually starts here at Southampton Central. We'll be getting off at Warminster to do some filming there, and hopefully we're going to stay a bit longer than planned so I can try and get that West Coast charter passing through. I'm just outside Warminster Station, and that station building looks magnificent. And that's actually dated for the Victorian age, when the line actually came in 1851. It used to have a tray shed as well, but that got removed in the 1930s. We'll talk about the history of Warminster Station in a minute, because the reason I've actually come out here is this up here. Now that's a London roundel there, and you're thinking, am I back in London? No. Because during certain weekends, I think it's once a year or a couple of times a year, I don't really know, but you can get a bus from here and it takes you to an uninhabited village of Imber, which was used, I don't know if it still is or not, as an army training ground. It's an abandoned village. But in fact, this weekend just gone, a couple of days ago, they did actually run buses from here to Imber, because they also ran a special train from Waterloo to Warminster, because I saw that at Trowbridge, which had top and tail 33s with the 4TC unit. I saw that at Trowbridge and did get a photo because I was on the train. Anyway, we're going to film some more trains now. Then I tell you about the history of Warminster Station, and then we're going to move on to Bath Spa after this. we're now back on the platform at Warminster. Now the station opened on the 9th of September 1851 by the Great Western Railway as a terminus of its branch line from Westbury on its Wilkes, Somerset and Weymouth route. Now the branch line was extended to Salisbury on the 30th of June 1856. Now the station did have a train shed behind me, but it was removed in the 1930s and replaced where the canopies were erected. The old wooden building is still in use today. That was dated from 1851. Now we are here till just after 11 o'clock because the original plan was, because this next train to arrive actually terminates here, so Warminster still gets some terminating services and some through trains as well. Now the idea was to go on the 10:26 to Westbury, change at Westbury to get to Bath Spa. Now the train that's going to get at Westbury actually stops here, so it's just easy to get on here at 11 o'clock and go straight to Bath Spa. Plus I can probably get 2 locomotives during this time, because there is a freight train due here, Westbury to Eastleigh, and there's also that west coast move from Bristol to Eastleigh. So we're going to stay in Warminster a bit longer to get those 2 locomotives. I know one is running, but I'm not sure about the other one. Sadly, the 11:01 to Cardiff Central is running a bit late. Apparently it left Portsmouth late this morning and it's running to congestion, which is what they're announcing as the delay is. So our next train we're going to catch is actually going to be a South Western Railway service, which is running a bit late, but it's going to be in front of the Cardiff train, and we're going to get that to Bath Spa instead of the Great Western Railway service. So once I'm at Bath Spa, we're going to head over to the disused station quickly. I think I've got time, 15 minutes to get there and back, and then hopefully do the hour at Bath Spa filming trains, and then after that we'll be on to Wales. Still at Warminster, and I don't know what the hell's going on down the line because there's 3 trains in front of each other. One bit to 22, which is the Bristol train, which is still not arrived yet, and it should have been here about 10-15 minutes ago, running 20 minutes late apparently. One F12, which is the Cardiff train, which is behind Victor 22, and one bit to 94 is behind the Cardiff train. So we might still be able to visit that disused station. If not, I might have to call it off or replan it. But
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on down there. Made it to Bash Bar. Apparently the Great Western Railway service is supposed to catch us now, running about nearly an hour late. We're going to replan some stuff and we can still make it into Cheltenham Spa to get my train to Ashcurch and Tewkesbury. Just going to have to put everything back a little bit, but it's still be worked. So I've got a long stay in Cheltenham Spa. Anyway, that unit is going to go now, so I'm going to film it out and then we're going to leave the station, visit the disused station. We now made it to this building here. Now I'm going to go in because I think you can walk in this way.
You walk in there as well.
And this looks magnificent. Welcome to Bath Green Park Station. It was always going to be a visit to Bath Green Park Station. Now this station opened on the 7th of May 1870 by the Midland Railway. The 18th of June 1951 it was renamed to Bath Green Park, and the station closed on the 7th of March 1966. Fortunately there was a little bit of time to prepare the notes for this, but we'll have a quick look around before we go to Bath Spa Station. Can't believe that this used to be a railway terminus, home of the Somerset Dorset Joint Railway. Anyway, we're going to go to Bath Spa Station now to film some trains before we move on to Newport. We made it back to Bath Spa Station. You know that train behind me? That was the train supposed to catch from Warminster. It's only just got here, so by the time we got to Bath Green Park and back, he's only just pulled into Bath Spa Station.
Cardiff Central, Eastleigh by approximately 30 minutes. This is due to a fault of the signal system.
might just look a bit annoyed because I just had one of those phone calls, you know, when you've been in an accident, in a car crash and you haven't, one of them, and it got really annoying a bit. But anyway, enough about that. So if I do sound a bit, that's why. But anyway, Bristol Station is 106 miles and 71 chains from London Paddington. It was built on the 31st of August 1840 by the Great Western Railway and by Isambard Kingdom Brunel as a arithmetical Tudor style with curving gables. It was renamed to Bath Spa in 1949. Now surprisingly, Bath Green Park was made 2 years later after that. We've got a Class 800 IET coming in now, and we're going to carry on filming some more trains. Now since I've changed the plans, we're now going to get the 1356 off here to Bristol Temple Meads. We're going to change it to Bristol Temple Meads and then get on to Newport that way, which leaves 1420, a Taunton Cardiff service. Now the original plan was to go to Newport direct from here, but since I've put it back a little bit, this is the new revised plan. So we're going to be changing at Bristol Temple Meads to get to Newport. Then when I get to Newport, we're going to do some filming, but then I'm going on the Transport for Wales service to Cheltenham Spa, and then it gives me 15 minutes to catch the train to Ashcurch for Tewkesbury, which is good because I did have a long way to Cheltenham Spa.
This train has 10 coaches, first class accommodation coming from
Okay, I have to think of the new plan now. They've cancelled the Cardiff train. Brilliant. You have to feel that this day is not going to go so well. So this train right here is supposed to go to Cardiff. It's now being cancelled due to unavailable train crew. The train crew shortage. Shane wanted my private 43004. You just heard that, Western Superman. We're going to Yatton. Can't get to Newport anymore, but I can do Yatton, film at Yatton, come back here, get a train to Cheltenham, and then still be on my train to Ashcurch and Tewkesbury. See here.
Hate to have to change plans around. Gets worse, really. This train I was supposed to catch to Yatton, which was a change of plan, is now being cancelled. The train, the doors were closing properly and they had to take it out of service. So now I've got to rethink of another plan again for another plan. Can't make this up. Right, I'm going to get that train behind me and see if we can get to Filton Abbey Wood. Well, they're going to cancel that one as well, I bet. So, we have actually managed to get somewhere now. We've become to Filton Abbey Wood. Now, this is 4.4 miles from Bristol Temple Meads Station. The station was opened by the Bristol and South Wales Union Railway in 1863 as Filton. Now, the station, I don't know where the first station was, but it was resited in 1903. I don't know where the second station is either, because this station was actually resited again to its current state in 1996. So we're standing on the 1996 station. But in 1910 it was renamed to Filton Junction, because when it opened up in 1863 it was just named Filton. In 1968 it was renamed back to Filton, and then in 1996 when it was resited it was renamed Filton Abbey Wood. So here just after 4 o'clock we go back into Bristol Temple Meads, and then we get a train from Bristol to Cheltenham, and then get to Ashcurch or Tewkesbury that way. I'm going to change the plan again because I've just figured this out. Now, instead of going back to Bristol Temple Meads like I had planned to get the cross country to Cheltenham Spa, we're we're actually going to get delayed Weymouth to Gloucester service, which gets here about just after 4 o'clock. I got here after 3 o'clock, so we're going to have an hour here. Then after that we're going to do Yate Station. Now once we get to Yate we're going to have less than an hour left with the trains, and after Yate we're going to go straight to Ashcurch and Tewkesbury, because that's by train that arrives at Yate, which will wait for Cheltenham Spa. So we get that station done, head back to Cheltenham Spa to get my cross country back to Birmingham and then back home. So in the end, what the problem was originally in the area that I was at, Warminster, Trowbridge, Westbury, has really sorted itself out in the end. I'm now in a waiting shelter at Yate Station on the Bristol bound platform before I come here to give myself a bit of widened area so I get the trains passing through. After two voyages passes through, in about 10 minutes we'll just head back over to the other platform to wait for our train to Ashcurch for Tewkesbury. Now, Yate Station was opened by the Bristol Gloucester Railway on the 8th of July 1844. Now, however, the station actually closed in January 1965 because they got rid of all the
stations between Gloucester and Bristol, so anything that was stopping at them stations, they ceased the stopping services. So most of the stations between these two actually closed. Now, however, this station actually reopened in 1989, on the 11th of May 1989 by British Rail, with the backing of the Avon County Council. So, this is Yate Station. The only thing that remains from the original Yate Station, which we had to go on the platform 1 for, is the old goods shed. That still stands, which I'll get a video of that in a second. So, we'll go back over after 2 voyages passes through, and then we're going to Ashcurch for Tewkesbury, because we can get the train from there, direct from here. There's the old goods shed that still stands at Yate Station. I'm now at my last station of this 8-day adventure, filming trains. And this station is actually what I wanted to come to for a long while, but the prices is the problem. From Rugeley to here. But this is Ashcurch for Tewkesbury. Now this is 5 minutes from Cheltenham Spa. And this station opened on the 24th of June 1840 by the Birmingham and Gloucester Railway. Now, there was also something here that was interesting, because there was a loop line, the Eastleigh loop line that came to here, and it went by Eastleigh to Redditch onto the Cross City line at Bark Green.
It was known as the Bromsgrove Avoider as well. So whenever it happened on the Lickey Incline, they had a loop line to send traffic to avoid the Lickey Incline. Now, that branch closed in two sections. The first part from Redditch to Evesham closed on the 17th of June, no, on October 1962, sorry. Then the line from Ashcurch to Evesham closed on the 17th of June 1963. This station closed on the 15th of November 1971, but reopened on the 1st of June 1977. So I've just noticed there's something down the bottom here, which I'm about to film now, passing through. In about a minute or two there will be a cross-country service arriving here. Now this was supposed to buy a train out of here to Birmingham with an advance ticket of £7.35 with a rail card, but unfortunately I forgot to book it. I'm not paying the full fare because the full fare is doubled what the advance ticket was, which was about £15. Yes, it's 14. 7 is double that, 14, but it was £15. So I had to revitalise my idea, and now I had to go back to Cheltenham Spa. I'm waiting for the unit that dropped me off here to come back from Great Malvern, take me back to Cheltenham Spa. 6-minute turnaround time for the cross-country service to Birmingham. But the good thing is, it's 1940, it's actually a first class ticket I got, because the first class ticket was £9 something odd, and the standard class ticket in advance was only £8. So it was less than £1 for the first class ticket. So for a 40-minute journey from Cheltenham to Birmingham, I'm going first class from the two areas. Anyway, let's film some more cross country. And in a spirit, after these two turbo stars go through, we will be going to the other side to catch our train back. Just here was where the branch from Redditch, the Cross City line, joined up. And I think you can still walk the line, because I did notice there was a dog walker down there. But also I think that takes you to Ashcurch MOD base, the military defence base as well. But it's just a worn out single track. There used to be a station here as well on this side. So there used to be a station here, 2 stations there, a station on the other side, because there was a branch to Tewkesbury as well. I think it went to Malvern. But it's just on this footbridge. It's a step-free access footbridge, no stairs. But the line actually joins up just behind me here. You can just see a bit of the platform there as well. So it's quite good. There's also something I did see as well, but I can't pick it up on the camera or this phone. But I saw, because they vinyled the GWR over the station sign, And I did notice Wessex Trades on it, which was a early privatisation operated company. So I did try to get it, but I just couldn't get it because of... Anyway, I'm going to get a few more voyages. We're coming over to the other side now because I'm waiting for a train back to Cheltenham Spa. now made it back to Birmingham. Now I'm going to go to Tasty Place to get something to eat, and then I'm going back to get my train to Eastleigh. Back in the Midlands now, we're at Walsall Station because apparently this service from Birmingham, where it actually comes from London, goes to Birmingham. It's alright, it's staying here for a bit because it doesn't leave to about 21:18. So, really, it sits here for about a good 10 minutes or so. I don't know why it doesn't have the timetable, but we're going to jump back on now because I don't want to be stranded in Walsall. Just now pulling out at Hensford, so we're about 5 minutes away from Bristol Temple Station. Now I'm going to do the outro on the train. Now, usually when I finish the last of the vlogs, I always put in the whole 8 days in, but I'm not going to this time because what I'm going to do is I might do a knife video, which is just me talking about all 8 experiences in one vlog. So it's going to be like a sit-down blog kind of thing. But today though, we went from Eastleigh to Southampton, no problems. They went to Warminster, no problems. Then we had a problem at Warminster because the train was originally going to catch was running late because I was going to leave at 10:20, but then I waited for the 2 locomotives that were going to pass through. The Portsmouth train to Cardiff that was running late, so I ended up going at South West Railways to Bath Spa instead of that. We started Bath Spa a little later because I wanted to get to Bath Green Park Station, which is a lovely disused station. It's now a Sainsbury's car park. So we really did shopping at Bath Green Park's station. I actually shopped in a disused station. Anyway, so we filled up Bath Green Park and Bath Spa. Got a couple of freight trains through Bath Spa, which was a rarity for me because usually I don't. Then we took a Class 800 to Bristol Temple Meads. Now I wanted to get to Newport, but they cancelled the train at Bristol Temple Meads due to staff shortage, but unavailable train crew, which is fair enough. Then I thought, you know what, I could get Yatton in. So I thought, well, we'll go to Yatton, do an hour's film at Yatton. The train broke down. I mean, there was having a problem with the doors, so whatever train I was catching was just getting cancelled left, right and centre. I think I was like a bad curse or something like that. But no, I did get to Filton Abbey Wood, did some filming there, which was unexpected. And then also unexpectedly we went to Yate, did some filming there too. I only had like 50 minutes in Yate, but every service that was in the hour timetable was there anyway, because the train I got to Yate was running a bit late as well. Then I went to Ashcurch, Tewkesbury, I can't even say that. A place I wanted to go for a long while, but the problem was from Rushi to that place, Ashcurch, is about 17 quid return. So I did it on the Rover ticket to save like a £20 return ticket just towards the station. Then went back to Cheltenham Spa, caught a cross country back to Birmingham first class, and we actually go to Rushy Town. At least I'm not on a train Friday, because that was horrendous apparently. Even the MP for Amanda Milling had to come out. It was just appalling what I've read. And all because of a wood pigeon hitting the power lines. So, this is the part when I go on about day 9, but there is no day 9. Because this is the end of my 8-parter. I've done about 2,400 miles, believe it or not. From when I left here 9 days ago on the 10th of August, and coming back to Rushy Town on the 19th of August, it's been 2,400 miles. That's included down to London, the sleeper, everything. So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching all 8 parts. I will do a 9th one, which is just me talking about the past 8 experiences of the day.
We are now approaching Rushy
I'm about to
Town.
get off now. You know my Facebook page, Simon Trade YouTube FB page, because apparently Facebook don't like you using Facebook in your page. Twitter, Instagram, Simon Trade. I'm about to get off now and fill this train out.